We have got the first trades coming in, and it's a green screen. It's about 0.4% up on the Sensex and about a 0.25% higher on the Nifty. So it looks like a positive opening. We'll have to wait and see how much of this is held. The Asian markets were anyway giving us positive cues. Bharti Airtel, Yes Bank, Tata Steel, JSW Steel. So outward facing stocks are seeing a bit of a buying. Bank stocks generally higher. That is Yes Bank and ICICI Bank. Reliance is pulling a little in the negative, but let's wait and see. These are just very early minutes of trade. The rupee is opening slightly weaker, bit of a surprise, I thought, because crude is still well behaved. So one would have thought that there need not be such weakness in the rupee.
It's okay, flattish flat. Actually, yeah.
So it started at 11 and then went off back to flat terrain.
So that's on the currency side and how the headline indices have opened out. If I talk about some more stocks, obviously the ones that are out of PCA, there's plenty of excitement. But let's see if this really translates into the prices at 9:15. Right now, Corporation is jumping, Allahabad is jumping 10%, 20%, Dhanalakshmi Bank 9.5% on the upside. The other stock to look at is, from the small cap arena or mid cap arena, Time Technoplast, because of the tie-up and how they're getting into cylinders. Some of the others like IGL are on the upside as well. Mahanagar Gas is flat, but IGL is the one that's actually in positive territory. So these are interesting stocks to perhaps consider. IOB also is up about 8.5%. So it looks like it could be a good morning for PSU banks in general, even the ones that are not out of PCA. Lata already alluded to the fact that generally speaking, with this OMO news coming through, yields could be tempered off a little bit, and that could work well. So these are some of the names that are on the upside. Downside, not much to really speak of, at least for the time being. Maybe Tata Elxsi is something that stands out. It's down about 1% or so. Very, very quiet on the mid-cap screen and on the large-cap screen. Let's watch out for Reliance, down 1% in the pre-open. It's not been a great 3-4 days for the stock. It's been under consistent pressure, was underperforming even yesterday. And the pre-open suggests that that trend may continue today as well. Mr. Tulsian, in fact, let me talk to you about this big boy, the giant. I mean, is there any concern whatsoever on Q4 margins, perhaps, which is why there's a little bit of profit taking on RIL? How do you see it at 1200 levels?
See, Surabhi, I think it will be premature to take that call that the GRM will really be under control. Because generally, analysts have been taking a premium advantage of about $3 over the benchmark, Singapore benchmark. But in Q3, we have seen that getting defied by the Reliance Industries, by the company, where the GRMs have almost been 100% or maybe $4.50 over the Singapore benchmark. So difficult to take a call, but I doubt that the benchmark will really take a hit. And even if that happens, that's just maybe the couple of 100 crores, which gets largely offsetted by the very good performance of the Petchem, their conventional business. And apart from that, the Reliance Retail and Reliance Jio both are seen to be doing quite well. And that is giving them the incremental valuation on the stock exchanges. So I doubt that it will be correct to take the GRM contraction or maybe the fear of or the apprehension on the contraction in the GRM in Q4 as a reason for the stock to correct, because the stock had risen to a level, and which needs some kind of profit booking. And I think that after the expiry, in the new series, again we will see the renewed buying coming back into the stock, because we are keeping, in fact, positive view on the stock.
Okay. Mr. Tulsian, I mean, I'm not sure too many people track the stock. Do you track Panacea Biotech? I mean, ever since I can remember, I think it's been posting losses, I think 4 or 5 years. And today it's made a long, note to the exchange that they're going to raise NCDs, pay off, make a one-time settlement with their lenders, demerge their real estate unit. I can see some early morning green tick on that stock. Is this something investors should look at all, or is it an avoid?
See, Lata, in fact, this stock has not really what you call, I would say, that have stuck to its promises. And maybe the financials, and probably that may be the disappointment. And generally, you cannot keep the faith in a company beyond a point, because if they are not, in fact, there are many companies they've lost their credibility, maybe because of the things are not getting complied by their end, maybe by the promoter or by the company. So maybe this could be the case with this company also, and that's the reason probably I'll remain away from the stock.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's a cautious call on Panacea Biotech. Mr. Tulsian, in the morning, the agencies told us that there is an anti-dumping duty that India is levying on certain grades of glass that's imported from Malaysia, textured, tempered, coated, uncoated glass. This is for a period of 5 years. So not very well-tracked stocks, the likes of, Asahi India Glass or Borosil, etc., La Opala. Now, I don't know who produces what, sort of any clarity on this part of the market. Are these stocks worth looking at?
See, Surabhi, again, one has to really understand whether that is being imposed on the automotive or non-automotive. But I think that two glass, I won't go with the La Opala because they are more into the home products. But two stocks really looks quite interesting. Otherwise, also on the valuation front, one is Asahi India Glass because they are the leader in the automotive space as well, and in the Borosil also, because they are going with a very large variety of and inventing new varieties of the glasses as well. So yes, one can look to buy Asahi India Glass and Borosil because both based on the fundamentals as well at the current valuation.
Okay, do stay on, Mr. Tulsian. Just a word on, I think the market, the opening rates are just about settling, and we are getting a 0.4% uptick on the markets at this point. So it looks like it will be a good start. We have every reason, even globally speaking, to have a good start because Asia is doing very well, as Surabhi has been repeatedly pointing out. As well, crude is behaving itself. It's just about $65. So several things going for the Indian market at this point in time. The currency is absolutely flat. So globally speaking, there are more reasons to cheer than otherwise. Mr. Tulsian, a final question to you, which is more broad-based. We are seeing the mid-cap index probably trough out, and a lot of mid-cap stocks, after a long, lean performance, beginning to come into their own. Leave us with a couple of stocks that have attracted your attention.
See, Lata, it will be difficult to give the names, but yes, I think the things are really looking quite good. And in fact, maybe two stocks, or I would say that two sectors which one should really keep into, which we have been in fact advising. One is the telecom cable companies, and second could be the cement stocks. Whether even in the mid-cap space also there are umpteen ideas available in that space. Though these two sectors are really looking quite interesting, and maybe in the telecom cables, one can go by the Vindhya Telelinks or maybe HFCL or maybe the Birla Cable. In fact, these are or maybe Sterlite Technology, Tejas Network. They are in fact really quite good. They are seen to be all ruling at the lower end of the valuation. And amongst the mid-cap cement stocks, we are in fact quite bullish on the maybe the stocks like Heidelberg Cement, Ramco Cement, or maybe the similar kind of space, maybe India Cement can be looked into, because the things are seen to be picking up, and even this next 4 to 5 months are seen to be quite positive for the cement sector going ahead, and the stocks having corrected after Q3 flat number. So these are the two sectors where we will be quite positive with these few stocks which I've just stated. Yeah.
Okay. Would you extend cement to tiles as well in that case?
See, again, tiles in fact have risen, Lata, in this last couple of months. So maybe, in fact, we were keeping quite positively on Cera and Kajaria Ceramics, but both having risen, I think we will be cautious at this stage for making fresh entry.
Okay. All right, Mr. Tulsian, thank you very much indeed for joining us and giving us the benefit of your advice on a bunch of stocks. We will touch base with you again in closing bell.